documents when it comes back a couple seconds later, right? So that's what it's doing. Yeah.
There was a segment this morning that I watched, Sunday morning,
Mm-hmm.
which I love, and it's precisely that. They're able to imprint, a child was born without an ear,
Mm-hmm.
and the machine actually imprinted an ear.
Yeah.
And through 6 operations, she's now going to have her own ear.
Yeah. The advances in medical science right now are absolutely astounding.
With regard to cancer,
Yeah.
they can actually detect
Mm-hmm.
and give the proper medication.
Yep. That's exactly what we're after, right? So what happens here, based on the analysis, in this case, Watson comes back and says, you might want to consider running these additional tests. All right, so it doesn't come back and say this is the answer. It comes back and says we need more information. But what's different here is the decisions on what additional tests to run are based on all of that information that was just gathered, as opposed to saying I need to run a battery of tests so I can get everything that's possible, which happens a lot, right? There's a lot of wasteful tests that are done because if the doctor isn't narrowing in yet, they try to cover as much ground as possible and run as many tests as possible. So the idea here is that Watson's suggesting additional tests to be run so you can get more information to be more certain about the right course of action, right? Once the additional tests are result and analyzed, the doctor looks at a treatment options tab to look at confidence scoring on what's the best course of treatment based on the particular diagnosis that's been derived, and then can actually go back and trace back as to why that's the best course of treatment, right? So what we're trying to do here is not create a computer that says, you have this disease, you need this pill, right? What we're trying to do is provide a tool for a doctor to help them deal with the massive flood of information that's being generated, right? Because they don't have time to read every book being published every year, to read all the journals. They're lucky if they can read just the specific journals in their particular specialties. All right, so that's the goal of Watson as we go forward. Now, we're using it in other places. How many people have called a call center, right? And gone through question after question after question after question to try and get to an answer you want? So we're working actually right now with a lot of those call centers, trying to figure out, so if you go and look at this from the other side, from a call service business, right? A call service business, their number one issue is turnover. Because it's not the kind of job people want to stay in forever, right? Because they're answering phones all day long with people who really don't want to talk to them.